Happy Father's Day 2008. Thought I'd just do a quick video update here. Haven't put anything out in a while. It's been a busy summer. I've got a lot of outdoor projects going on, home repairs, work's busy, so not a lot of time to shoot videos. So been doing a few things. The biggest thing here recently is home repair project. I'm replacing some windows in my son's room. We're working on that. It's one of those projects that put off way too long, kind of got away from us a bit, and you know they were really bad. Frames were rotten, glass was barely hanging in there, and so forth. So, and of course, with an 80-year-old house, as soon as you touch anything, you're going to have multiple projects going on. So, you know, we had to do some electrical work, a lot of drywall work, new insulation, and with a house this old, you're not just going to throw in some retrofit windows, put a little caulking around them, and away you go. I had to go all the way down to the framing structure and, you know, basically treat it like a new home install, and then, you know, put sheetrock back up, siding back on, trim pieces, and so forth. And pretty good sized project. And then did a little bit of electrical work at the same time, added additional outlets, and prepped some other circuits for some future work we got coming up. So finally got all the drywall, mud, tape, finish, sanding, and so forth done, and hoping to maybe get a colored primer on it today. So, but hey, it's Father's Day, so I'm not going to do too much today. I did give Dad a call earlier this morning and talked a little bit. And I'm going to go over and we're going to have a couple beers later on and just relax a little bit. Right now I got the whole place to myself. My wife, she took her dad up to the casino to do a little gambling, her and her sisters. And my son's at work. So actually this is the way I like it. Nice and quiet. I can do whatever I want to do. Nobody in the way, and just do what I need to get done. So anyways, I'm going to show you some projects I'm working on, and it's going to be a while before we get anything new out. Got to take advantage of the good weather and get some outdoor stuff done. And plus there's a lot of outdoor activities I like to do during the summer. Got quite a few hunting trips planned, and we've got a lake trip planned coming up here soon. So I'm going to be spending a lot of time with friends and family and not doing a lot in the shop here. I did go on a road trip a couple weeks ago with my neighbor. We went up to see a couple of his buddies, club members. He's in one of these antique engine clubs. And we went and saw a guy named Roy, a World War II vet, great guy, 99 years old, still getting around great, but he is downsizing, getting rid of a lot of his collection. And I did pick up a horizontal bandsaw from him. It's you know, your standard 4x6 import Harbor Freight style, although this was a Taiwan one. I don't think it was sold through Harbor Freight. It's a little older than most. Still in good shape, but it needs a little bit of work. And then from another one of his buddies, picked up a planishing hammer, another Harbor Freight planishing hammer. And I really don't know how much use I'll get out of it, but the price was right. Also got another motor, got a 5-horse 3-phase motor. It's like a new condition. Don't really have a need for it right now, but he was going to send it off to the scrapper, so I was like, oh, throw it on the truck, we'll take it. Went to the flea market yesterday. We got a local flea market here, one of the high schools, and it was not too good. It was a pretty low turnout, and ended up just making a pass through the whole place and didn't get anything. I did pick up a few things. They run this flea market once a month, and last month I did score a few items. I'm trying to remember what I got. You know, give me a second here, and I'm going to grab them. There's some measurement tools, so give me a second. We'll be right back. And all three of these came from the same vendor. So I don't know how well this is showing up, but a Toyo dial caliper. It's a little beat up. It's still zeros, sort of. So it's a good just beater style, and it does say made in Japan. So I don't think it's one of the contracted out ones, but yeah. So we got that, and set of inside mics. This is the old Central Tool Company, not the Harbor Freight Central Tool. Not super high end, but you know, usable inside mic. And then this was probably the best thing that he had, was the 2 to 3 Toyo digital reading micrometer. It's got the standard and the calibration wrench. Everything's here. I checked it with the standard. It's right on the money. The case is really bad. This crappy foam that they use is falling apart. But anyways, got all three of these for $60. Figured it was worth it. So anyways, that's about it. I'll show you the projects. I got a bunch of clips here I'll throw in what I've been working on, and hopefully I'll be able to get a couple more videos out this summer. Like I was saying though, it's really busy around here. Got a lot of projects trying to catch up on, and hopefully be seeing you soon. Alrighty, thanks for stopping by, everyone. Yeah, the other thing I've been up to is Friday, Dad and I, we did a little pre-Father's Day get-together. We went out salmon fishing. So we heard that they were getting them just outside of Moss Landing here in California, and that was a couple days prior to that. So we got up early Friday morning and went out and found out that everybody else had the same idea. There must have been 100 boats in the harbor trying to get out. So anyways, we went out and fished for, probably 4 hours or so, and nothing. But we had a good time, you know, we gave it a shot, and you know, standard fishing story, should have been there the day before or 2 days before. There was quite a few people called in sick, I think, that day with that many boats out there. Ton of whales. We saw lots of whales. So I got a few video clips. I'll throw them in here. And of course, you know, Murphy's Law. Every time you're busy reeling in a line or whatever, they come up right next to the boat. You can't grab your camera in time. But I did get a few shots. We had one instance, we had 2 big gray whales, and they were breaching. And usually when they breach, they only come, you know, maybe halfway up out of the water. Well, we had 2 of them completely out of the water, straight up. Pretty impressive. So anyways, we had a good time. Nothing to show for it, but heck, you know, you got to get out there and give it a try. So anyways, all right, continue on here. All right, attention business owners. workers are today on a Friday. It looks like they're all out here. Yeah, there's 3.
You smell their breath, they stink.
Oh yeah. So here's this saw that I bought from Roy. It's your typical 4x6 import. And this one is an older one from Taiwan, K&F. But they're all pretty much the same. Not in bad shape. I mean, I've got to do some stuff to it. Definitely want to upgrade these wheels and do the extension probably out the back. Probably do the vise upgrade. So I did make a cut with it. It works pretty good. The guide roller bearings here, they seem okay, but you know, these things are dime a dozen for these smaller ones, so I'll probably just pick up some new ones and change them all out. And I actually prefer the rubber seals. These metal shields, they don't really keep the debris out, so I might be changing to that style. But overall, not in bad shape. I mean, it needs a good cleanup. I did pick up another blade for it. Did not come with the table, so I'll have to make a table. The hinge is nice and solid. There's no slop at all. The belt guard is missing the hold down screw. No big deal there. And I will open up the gearbox and check the lube and change out the lube oil. But overall, looks like a good usable saw. No real surprises here. I'll check the bushing on the upper wheel. And it's got the plastic knobs. I'll probably be changing those out at some point. And it's going to end up living outside here, so I don't want to go overboard on the cleanup, but definitely want to, you know, give it a once over. So anyways, that's the saw. So here's the Harbor Freight 20-ton hydraulic press. Just picked this up. They had them on sale for 150 bucks 2 weeks ago. So I had a master plan. I was going to build a 4-poster, just a little bit bigger than this, you know, but with more width and usability. But I tell you what, even though I have a lot of the metal in stock, just buying the components that I don't have, there's just no way you can't buy the parts for what you can buy the whole press for. So I might still, make a nice 4-poster someday, but anyways, there you go. I got tired of running over to the neighbor's house to use his. I got a project I'm working on, doing a transmission rebuild, which requires a lot of in and out procedures with the press, so it was time. And I've got a little toolbox here, which is starting to set it up with various fixtures. Got a ways to go, but getting a start on it. And I got one of these bearing splitters from Harbor Freight, and I mean they're $15. But unless you have a milling machine and you want to remill the cutting edges to the proper profiles, don't waste your time. I could have bought probably 2 OTC, professional quality bearing splitters for the time I've got in just getting this one usable. So a little FYI on that. So anyways, there you go. Okay, so this is probably going to be an upcoming project real soon. I picked up this splitter, maybe a little over a year ago, and used it to split up maybe 2.5, 3 cords of wood, and she runs okay. It's a Craftsman brand, but this particular style, I don't know who the original manufacturer is, but it's sold under multiple brands. And it's actually a pretty good unit. There's a few issues that I need to deal with. The number one issue is right there. The motor runs, and actually doesn't run too bad. Not as smooth as I would like it to run. So it probably needs the usual, carburetor rebuild, just some general maintenance, spark plug, who knows what, fuel filter. One of the things about these Briggs & Strattons, I was borrowing another splitter just like this. I was actually storing it for a guy, and he just said, yeah, just use it, while you're storing it. It was the exact same model, but it wasn't a Craftsman brand. But anyways, the governor on these engines, these Briggs & Stratton, they're not very stable. I think what happens with the load of the hydraulic pump, even when you're not, actuating the ram, it's enough drag that the governor can't find a steady spot to operate. So the engine's constantly surging up and down, up and down. And I tried numerous things on the previous splitter to try to calm it down, and there's just no way to get it to run right. So that, plus the work I need to do on this to get it to run good, I just decided to go down to Harbor Freight and pick up one of those Predator motors. They had them on sale for, I think, $97. I probably would have spent that in parts just to tuning this thing up. So we're gonna do a motor swap. I want to put it on an isolation base of some sort, because right now it's rigid mounted. So I'll have to make a base with some rubber feet to try to keep the noise level and vibration level down a little bit. These fenders are poorly mounted. The other one didn't have fenders, and I'm debating whether to try to reinforce these or just take them off. And then you can see I got the bricks under here. That tire keeps losing air, so I got to deal with that. So anyways, this will be a project coming up. And I think what we'll do is we'll do a comparison. I'll get it running. We'll split some wood with the original motor, and then we'll do the conversion, and then we'll split some wood with the new motor. We'll try to compare sound and performance and so forth. So, okay, well, anyways, look forward to that coming up hopefully soon. Alrighty. Here's some stuff one of my buddies dropped off to me. He was helping his dad clean out some junk out of the garage. So, got a couple of surface gauges here, and I don't have a surface plate yet, but these are probably good to have. And I don't know much about these. This one here looks like it's possibly shop made, but yeah, definitely needs some cleanup and relapping. But anyways, I'm wondering why the pins. What are the pins for? This one here is a professionally made one, and it's missing one pin. The other one's down in there. So unless you drop those pins down to ride along an edge, that's probably what they're for. Yeah, since these are fairly new for me as far as how you use them and so forth. Maybe someone could throw a comment in there. There's a shop-made diamond dresser, and it's got a pin here to rotate around an axis. So whatever they were dressing needed to have a round profile. Interesting. I have no idea what this is. I think it's a lathe part, but I'm not sure. It might be like from a gap bed lathe or something. Kind of interesting. So there again, if anybody has an idea what that's for, throw it in the comment. And this looks like a, like a travel stop. Could be for a milling machine or maybe even a lathe. It's got a casting number on there. I guess that's, there we go, that way. Yeah, but it doesn't look like it's ever been used. And here's some kind of a little fulcrum arm for something. I'm suspecting that whatever shaft this was on was cut off, but there's no wear. Well, a little bit of wear here on the ends. Kind of a neat little piece. And what do we got here? Just some kind of an indicator holder or something like that. And this is kind of interesting. So this is tool bit holder, obviously shop made. So I don't know if that was in a lathe, like in the compound rest, or if it was used on a milling machine. I don't know. And then here's some kind of a holder. This arm looks like it came off of something, but everything else looks like it was shop made. So anyways, that was one batch of goodies that my buddy brought over. Oh, also, and with the stuff my buddy brought over, there was a bunch of steel, different types of material, but mixed in with that was 2 pieces of hard chrome. So this one is 7/8 diameter, and this one is 1/2 inch diameter. And then some tool steel. So this is half inch square tool steel. And I don't know anything about this stuff. I mean, it is marked, if you guys can see that, air hardening with blue ink. There's no other type of numbering on here. Although it is, I don't know how well that's showing up. It's blue on the end also. So, if anybody knows any of the properties of this, please leave a comment, you know, as far as hardening temperatures, procedures, whatnot. Let me grab a file real quick and see if if it's hard right now or if it's in a annealed state. Okay, I'm going to try to hold the camera here with one hand and check this with the other. Yeah, it's not as easy as you would think. All right, that's biting in pretty good. So it's in an annealed state right now. So since it's air hardening, I would think that you got to be really careful how to anneal this if you need to you know, do something after you've hardened it. Probably have to be cooled down very slowly in an oven. So anyways, if anybody's got any information or tips on how to work with this stuff, let me know. All right, thanks guys. Here's another little project I finished about, I guess 3 weeks ago. Made a little material rack here, got all my C-clamps mounted up here, and got some various types of stock. Got it up off the floor. That was nice. So it was a long time coming getting this done. Made a little shelf here. I was goofing around with a couple old pieces of railroad track I had. Cleaned them up, painted them, and then milled the tops flat and one side square. Figure they'd be handy just for beating on stuff and whatnot, straightening out metal, what have you. Better than leaving them out at the scrap bin. So the larger one I used a face mill on the top, and the small one I just used an end mill. A little different pattern. So this is a little project I've been working on. This is for a paying customer, so I really didn't want to shoot any video of the process. But it's a gearbox for an outdrive. And I've almost got it completed. Still got a few things to do, and it was kind of one of the catalysts that triggered me into picking up that hydraulic press. The arbor press is a little light for working on this. Maybe one of these days I'll be able to shoot a video on rebuilding one of these, but right now it's a little touchy whether or not I want to do that. So anyways, just give you an idea what I've been up to. Hey guys, just a quick follow-up. I came across this guy's channel. His name is Sam Jordan, and he does a mixture of fine cabinetry woodwork mixed in with industrial metalwork. Really interesting stuff, and he's not getting any views. He's only got 2 videos up. He's working on making a third one. He needs some encouragement. Check him out if you can. Sam Jordan. Give him some thumbs ups. Make some comments. Subscribe if you can. Really neat stuff that he's doing. Okay. All right. We'll see you next time, guys. All right. Okay. All right. Who's the number one shop dog? Are you? Lisa, Solomon. Solomon, sit. 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 Okay. Who can shake? Who can shake? Sit. Who can shake? Can you shake? Oh, good girl. Good girl. How about you, big guy? How about you? Here, come on. Shake up. Shake 'em up. That's it.